So, the update from the Trackmania Grand League's rulebook is out, and it includes information regarding the next season, that being Trackmania Grand League Winter 2021 season, but also it announced a new event in Trackmania, that being Trackmania World Cup. If you expected some changes regarding the playoff phase for Trackmania Grand League Fall 2020 season, you are going to be disappointed because the format is exactly the same. So the reason why the whole drama started in the first place is not being addressed and nothing has changed. Instead, they have decided to add the Trackmania World Cup in hope to please the players but also the fans. I will go quickly through the Trackmania Grand League Winter 2021 season, just quickly address the dates, and then I will go quickly through the information regarding the Trackmania World Cup, and then in the end I will somewhat summarize my own opinion about this newly updated rulebook. If we quickly go through the Winter 2021 season, it starts January 24th and lasts until February 28th. The playoffs takes place on March 14th. Then the World Cup is going to have two qualifiers, that being in April 17th and April 18th, and then Open Qualifier 2 taking place April 24th and April 25th. The group stage for the World Cup will also take place during one weekend, that being June 26th and June 27th. The playoffs, and then when we will crown a new world champion, will take place July 4th. But how many players will then play the Trackmania World Cup? Well, 8 players will qualify through Trackmania Grand League and 8 players will qualify through the Open Qualifiers. On each Trackmania Grand League season, the playoffs final 2 players are automatically qualified for Trackmania World Cup. In a case where a player already has secured Trackmania World Cup slot, the additional slot is not given to other playoff players. The 4 to 6 remaining slots are distributed to players that gain the most points on both of the Trackmania Grand League seasons combined, and skipping any players that are already qualified. Additionally, 4 players from each Open Qualifier qualify to the Trackmania World Cup. So, how is the format then going to look like for the Open Qualifiers to the players that want to qualify? Well, this time they're going to use the game mode being Cup mode. So, if you recall correctly, that was also the format that was used to crown the winner of Trackmania Grand League's Winter 2020 season, and that they also now removed from the Trackmania Fall 2020 season. The day 1 of the Open Qualifiers will have a single elimination bracket, while day 2, where the top 8 has advanced, will use double elimination bracket. New for this World Cup that we haven't seen before is that it will have a group stage. The 16 players play in a round-robin format with 6 rounds of matches of 4 players. For each round, the players are paired using a set of rules designed to ensure that each competitor plays opponents with a similar running score, aka the Swiss system. The 8 players qualified through Trackmania Grand League will have the top seeds. The matches are played in the following format: game mode being Cup, point limit being 80, the point distribution is 10, 6, 4 and 3, and then rounds per map is 3. At the end of each match, players are gained points based on their final position. So if you win your match, you get 3 points. If you place second, you get 2 points. If you place third, you get 1 point. And if you place last, well, then you get 0 points. The 8 best players will advance into the finals. The finals will use a single elimination bracket, so you only have one chance to secure yourself a slot in the grand final. The 8 players will then be designed into 2 semifinals, where then the top 2 from each semifinal advance into the final. All the matches are played in the following format: Cup mode, 4 players in each, and then number of winners are 2 in the semifinals. The point limit are going to be 100. The point distribution is 10, 6, 4 and 3. The rounds per map is 4. So, nothing new basically regarding the format itself. Cup mode is by far the most used format in any Trackmania competitions in the history. The only difference is that this time they use single elimination bracket more than use double elimination bracket. Double elimination bracket being by far the most used format in Trackmania nowadays, but also in the Trackmania's history. Maybe the reason why they want single elimination bracket is because, again, the argument of they want this to be over short. They want it to take place during 2 hours instead of 6 hours, and they want the fans to can sit down and only enjoy it and catch everything within 2 hours. I don't want to talk too much about the Trackmania Grand League World Cup, simply because it's so far into the future. What is more concerning and what is more in the news is the upcoming Trackmania Grand League that is going to take place in September 13th. And that is also the reason why we have this updated rulebook. Because 16 out of 16 players wanted to address their problem with the playoff system in the first place, but also the system overall with the point loss system. None of which are changed. The playoff system is exactly the same for Trackmania Fall 2020 season, and also the point loss system is still there. So Ubisoft and Deo has decided to not change anything about the players that wanted to change. Instead, they have decided to add our own tournament in hope to please both the players but also the fans. It's way too early for me to say if the players are actually pleased with this. Maybe they are, maybe they ain't. Because it's 10 minutes since this rulebook was out, so I haven't had a chance of speaking to any of them. I've seen some reactions on Twitter, some reactions on Discord from fans, most of which are unpleased, but some are pleased. But again, it's maybe too soon to sum up what the overall feeling in the community is. My own opinion is, again, I really hoped that the playoff for the Trackmania Fall 2020 season was gonna change. Again, not because I personally disagree with it, but because then you set an example of saying that, okay, we actually listen to all of the 16 players and we want the players to play under the best conditions and to feel that they have the best possible way of crowning the best players within themselves. So I'm curious to see if there's going to be another open letter from the Trackmania Grand League players, if they are going to be like, okay, fine, we take what we get with the Trackmania World Cup. I will promise you that I will do interviews with all of the 16 players leading up to the Trackmania Grand League. I will also probably do an interview with SoftDB either this week or the next week, and I will also try to interview Hillis. We have somewhat agreed on an interview in September, and today is the last day of August, so who knows, maybe you get an interview with both Hillis and SoftDB in the following week, but also the Trackmania Grand League players that originally started this whole debate with releasing the open letter. What do you make of it? Are you happy with the Trackmania World Cup being announced? Are you displeased with nothing has changed to the fall 2020 season? Well, let me know in the comment section below, and let me know what you think of the future for Trackmania, Trackmania Grand League, and Trackmania World Cup. Are the Trackmania Grand League going to be the most prestigious tournament, or are now the Trackmania World Cup going to take its place as the most prestigious tournament? Let me know in the comment section below, and until then, follow me on Twitter, follow me on YouTube, and you will stay up to date on Trackmania news.